Okay, guys, believe it or not, but daily PvP is on after a few days of being absent, not showing any activity. No, I'm not dead, even though some of you have been hoping for this, I'm pretty sure, but well, hopefully most of you expected me to come back, and here I am. I haven't had a lot of time to devote to the game. Who the hell would believe this? No, I'm not going to lie. Actually, I was finishing up the website, which is now live at dailypvp.com. Well, of course, I'm still polishing different corners here and there, but I expect you guys now to go to dailypvp.com and populate it. Send me feedback, explore it. There is not much there yet, but I will be adding content, and that will be the primary hub from now on for everything I do, everything I make. If you have any ideas, maybe if you want to offer some help, for free of course, because I'm a poor bum, unfortunately, at least for now. But anyway, if you have any feedback, just go contact me through Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. Send me your feedback. Oh, by the way, the website does not have a contact form yet. Yeah, that's another thing I should think about. Great ideas come when I go and stream. Anyways, what it's gonna be for now is a Star Wars Tuesday. You might ask, what the hell, Flavored? You are going mad, but today is Sunday. Well, believe it or not, I know. But with all the commotion around the new event, surrounding the new event and the new patch, I haven't had the time to actually do the proper Tuesday. First, as some of you might know if you follow me, I did Tuesday dedicated to patch 1.7, but then I realized it was totally not fitting. It just didn't fit the whole idea of the SWTOR Tuesday. And in the meantime, I've received quite a few requests to play Shadow or an Assassin. So yeah, I decided, why the hell not? Sunday. I have some time, so let's do this. So today it will be a Kinetic Sunday. I'm going to discuss the ideas behind the hybrid DPS spec, hybrid DPS geared tank spec, or hybrid spec Shadow or Assassin. Obviously, the whole Shadow or Assassin topic is quite vast, because each of the particular skill trees require, well, in my opinion, each of the skill trees requires its own dedicated episode, because there is quite a lot to talk about, quite a lot to discuss, to showcase some tricks. Therefore, I will be going into one particular topic today. It's kinetic combat spec, maybe hybridized with balance, to showcase you how kinetic spec is played out, or darkness and madness hybrid if you are an imperial assassin. So there we go. Let me first of all start. Why the hell did I close the skill trees? Well, there you go. Let me first start with explaining what we will be having in this video and what I will be talking about. First of all, it's this spec. 32 in kinetic combat defense. As you can see, it's the tank tree for the shadows. It's called darkness for the assassins. I go all the way up. The skills I miss out is kinetic ward, or I think it's called dark ward if you are an assassin, and I will explain why later. I miss out on expertise, which increases the damage dealt by lightsaber techniques or lightsaber charges by up to 9%. And I miss out on rapid recovery, which increases the chance combat technique, tank stance we will be using, or darkness charge procs, the chance it procs by 15%, up to 15%. It is actually not so good, as well as in my personal preference I put into mental fortitude only 2 points instead of 3, simply because I wanted to max out the nerve wracking. Perhaps people might disagree with me. I don't mind, guys, it's just a personal preference. If you want just a little bit more survivability, you go for mental fortitude. Everything else I have it basically maxes out my defense, my survivability, and my damage. Of course, we want to have harnessed shadows in this spec. Of course, we want to have particle acceleration. Of course, we want to have bombardment. What was the sound? Well, doesn't matter. As for the remaining points, I put them into infiltration for now. Well, I remind you, this will be this is only the first of the variations of this spec I'm gonna be discussing today, and for now I put 9 points into infiltration. First of all, I want additional damage coming from infiltration tactics, so I would have less problems using my Shadow Strike or Maul if you are an assassin. Of course, I wouldn't want to miss out on Shadow's Respite, or how is it called? I forgot. It doesn't matter. I will log in on my low-level assassin perhaps by the end of this video. Obviously, Shadowy Veil, which increases armor when using Shadow or Force technique, or a Surgeon Charge or Lightning Charge if you're an assassin, does not apply when using combat technique or darkness charge. So obviously, to progress to tier 2 of the infiltration, I will be going for Shadow's Respite, and it's actually a very good skill. 25% force regeneration increase is very important, especially considering that as a Shadow you should be using stealth a lot. Now, cooldown reduction on Force Breach is always nice, because obviously if you're using Darkness Charge or Combat Technique, your Force Breach or Discharge is an AoE attack, so if you can spam it more often, well, it's not so bad. Of course, it's not a damage dealer, but well, in certain situations it can crit up to 1.5, 1.7 per person. And it can be much more beneficial in many situations than single target attacks. And of course, this is why I was putting points into infiltration. Celerity, which increases a lot of my utility. It increases Mind Snap, decreases cooldown on Mind Snap. The Shadows interrupt by 2 seconds, which is quite a lot when dealing with healers. Force of Will, allowing me to Stun Breaker, reduces its cooldown by 30 seconds, and probably the most awesome thing is that it further reduces cooldown for speed by 5 seconds, which is 25% reduction today. It wasn't so good back then when force speed was 30 seconds on the 30 seconds cooldown, but these days, when it's only 20 seconds, it's 25% reduction. It's damn awesome. It's quite a lot. Now, as for the Shadow itself, here is what we have. Right now I do not have a Steam. Let me use my Rakata one, although I would probably switch to Exotech. So this is what we have. For the gear, I have most of it maxed into power. Yes, I have most of it maxed into power. But again, as a personal preference, I'm not completely devoid of critical rating. I've picked up 2 mods with plus 40 to critical, 2 Elite War Hero mods. This is again a personal preference because I feel like additional 3.5% of crit is much better than additional 20 bonus damage. But once again, it's a personal preference. You might want to go full power because a lot of people like to just max out on power, and that's not wrong. Add in a little bit of the critical, like plus 6-7% from critical rating. It's not so bad too, because simply because you've got a lot of AoE attacks in addition to how should I formulate this? Well, in the current spec I want to rely on Shadow Strike and my AoEs to deal damage. Obviously, in case of AoE attacks, every hit's critical chance is calculated separately. So, well, you obviously want to have this additional critical chance, otherwise you'll be like, 800 damage, shit, it's 600 damage. Well, of course, it's not so great. So that's why I personally like a little bit of a critical rating, but as you can see, it's still not so high. Obviously, nobody would call 25% of critical high at all. Holy crap, man. But if you take into consideration diminishing returns and stuff, so in my opinion, just 2 mods is fine. You can go for 3 or maybe 4 mods, but well, perhaps going for more than 150 critical rating would not be so beneficial to this spec. Otherwise, it's fine. So anyway, we have 955 force bonus damage, we have 1531 willpower, obviously we have almost 1300 power. Of course, I have 150 rating, hilt and offhand armoring. I am not maxed out on my gear, at least not completely. I do not have Elite War Hero relics that would buff me even more, but personally I feel it is not so important. For the augments I use plus 18 power, simply because, well, as shadows do not get a perk to boost their main stat, like sages get plus 6 to willpower, possibly, others get plus 9 to aim, kind, whatever. Shadows do not get that perk, so building up their main stat makes no sense. Well, maybe it does make some sense in a way, but it will be inferior. Building up main stat will always be inferior to the more powerful secondary stats. Therefore, we're going for power, we're going for critical rating if you want to improve your critical chance. And, well, there you go. I also have quite a considerable amount of accuracy, simply because I want to hit my Shadow Strike. Yes, it may sound silly, but even in this spec, Shadow Strike can easily crit up to 5k. And you really don't want to be missing it. You really don't want. As well as it of course helps your spinning strike to land, and of course it helps your double strike to land, because for particle acceleration to proc you need to hit your double strike, because as it says, damage dealt by double strike. Obviously, if you do not land your double strike, it will be the main tool in proc and particle acceleration. If you do not deal damage with the double strike, if you miss, you will never get this proc. For the set bonus, I'm using Stalker's set because I seriously rely on force potency or recklessness if you are an assassin. I seriously rely on it. I don't really need that force jolt or mind snap increase. I have never exactly felt that I needed these additional 5 meters anyway, but the additional charge for force potency as well as reduced cooldown is pretty important. There is a lot that relies on force potency, starting with particle acceleration, of course, which increases critical hit damage by 50% on proc of your project. Of course, if we have stacked telekinetic throw, we want force potency again for the increased critical chance. Well, there you go. It's quite a lot, because in exactly this spec, it is a considerable boost, especially if you're going one-on-one. Force potency quite often decides outcome of the of such battles. I will, of course, show it all in combat, hopefully. Wait, let me reduce the volume of the music in my headphones, because I am going deaf, cannot hear myself, and that's not exactly so good, especially when trying to explain something. I feel that in regards to expertise, you do, as a melee hybrid DPSer, you do need to max out your expertise just to improve your survivability against other players. You may think it could be cool to utilize some PvE armorings, perhaps. Well, it is fine if you use like one of them. It's not a problem, but if you are dropping below 1200 expertise, I feel you will not perform as good with this spec. The primary tasks of such shadow is not only to deal damage, because obviously you will have lower DPS, considerably lower DPS than balanced shadow. Well, of course, properly played balanced shadow. And considerably lower burst, well, not considerably, but the lower burst than infiltration shadow, but in return, of course, you gain a lot of survivability. Your damage is still high. It's not low by any means as compared to, say, for example, Shield Vanguard, which I showcased a couple of Tuesdays ago. But it's Sunday today, but don't tell anyone. It still has quite considerable burst, especially if you take into consideration the fact that the particle acceleration can easily crit for 4.2k on project, as well as Shadow Strike can easily crit 5k hits, and then stacked telekinetic throw or lightning strike, or how's it called, or force lightning, can add additional 6-8k damage. You're not devoid of damage like that, of course, but still it's lower than infiltration. DPS, overall DPS are lower than balance. And I forgot what was the point of all this. What was I saying, guys? I get distracted by the thoughts, and but anyway. Damn it. Well, doesn't matter. The last thing to note is that, of course, we will not be... Oh yeah, I was talking about the purpose of this. Your purpose is not only to deal damage. You do have damage, but if you want to deal damage, it's perhaps better to go for the other specs, but also to provide as much support to the weaker party members, like healers, for example. this spec is quite often used for off tanking, off guarding. So there. I don't know what else to add. I will be showing all this, of course, in the war zones and how we do things. It is a very interesting spec to play. It has a lot of mobility, it has a lot of utility, it has a lot of survivability, it has a lot of damage, and quite simply, this is considered one of the most overpowered class spec combinations in the game. Over the last few months, with the rise of smash and stun bubbles, the attention kind of shifted from the shadows, but they're still there and they still perform. Okay, one last thing I wanted to talk about before I go in search for game is, of course, that I skipped on Kinetic or Dark Ward because I will not be using a shield. I will be using focus for increased damage, simply because hopefully you watched my video Tanking Like a Rock, where I explained, as well as perhaps my Vanguard video where I go into detail about shields and that they're not so strong, especially considering that shadows do not really have any shield boosting perks, with the exception of this one, Impact Control, which increases absorption by 4%, but that's about it. So I prefer to go for additional 200 power than having something that almost doesn't proc without tank gear, and basically doesn't reduce any incoming damage. And when it procs, it doesn't really reduce incoming damage. Oh, here is my shield. Whoops! You still get hit for 6k. So I suppose, yeah, and just like I said, you would be better off not using shield as well. Of course you can try, but I think if you try it yourself, you will quickly realize how useless it is compared in this spec, compared to the usage of focus and additional damage it grants. Shadows basically rely on defense, not shield chance or absorption, and your defense is high compared to the other classes. Innate defense 16%, as you can see in this spec. Additionally, from the shadow side perk, we also gain 2% resistances to force and tech attacks, which is not much, but it can be quite a goddamn nuisance to people, because it randomly procs in the most unexpected times and places. Like that smasher jumping at you and about to kill you, he smashes, you do not have shroud and anything, and bam, resisted. Of course, that only happens if your opponent does not stack accuracy, because accuracy reduces resistance. As you can see, it's written over here. So basically, there we go. I have 100.8, 100.7, 107.9% of accuracy, and as you can see, it goes above 100%. So it would reduce any resistance any other class could gain from the perks, at least right now. This can also help bypass other assassins or Shadow's Shroud, even though obviously the chance is very small, but you have like about 5% with such accuracy. You have about 5-6% of bypassing Shroud. which sometimes can be very unexpected, because like this assassin in the hot ball is putting on shroud, trying to run through, run away from you, and whoops, unexpectedly he just finds himself flying into the fire trap and burning to death. Sorry, man. Well, of course something like that cannot be relied upon, but it's just fun when it happens. Anyway, let me go ahead and start showing off, or showing. Hopefully I will not be getting horrible teams, or maybe I could even get some pre-mates. Or maybe not, since I've got a proc, so let us go. And it is a SWTOR, of course, a great warzone to show all the positive sides of such spec. We'll see how it goes. Of course, a lot of stuff depends on the team I will be getting. Hopefully, it will not be. Hopefully, I will be getting a decent enough team. Okay. This is Grandmaster SWTOR. Okay, there is a healer from Tatooine. The first thing I'm going to do is of course protect him, as obviously there are no other tanks around, unfortunately. Oh, there is a Vanguard here, Tank Vanguard. Who actually left the game? And we've got a couple of recruits, which is always makes my heart stop for a second. And this guy, seriously, not even 7. Oh. Somehow I feel this is not gonna be easy. Well, at least we got a healer, and let's see how it goes. So like I said, the main purpose of this pack exactly is of course not to only deal damage but provide assistance to the healer, off tanking or even tanking when the situation calls, like right now, simply because there are no other tanks. And there we go, immediately there is a QQ Marauder engaging. Let me taunt him. Oh crap, this is not so good. There is a healer. Do I? Damn it, they spotted him. Alright, what do we have here? We have 2 recruits, one not even a recruit against a very difficult pre-made. Well, unfortunately it doesn't seem like this game's starting out good. Okay, I could use some heals there, bro. Oh well. Okay, cool. This one worked out okay. Why not? Lucky for me, but I guess instead of protecting, then I have to try and play it out smart. Damn it, this guy is coming here. He's coming here. Suddenly I'm lagging, which is never good. Get lost. damn it, guys. What the hell? Gotta be kidding me. Holy crap, I got a grenade on me. Get hit through the shroud. Well, not through the shroud, but shroud ran out. Okay, I gotta fight, I guess. I'm not gonna, like, be able to wait it out because they are keeping the points. God, this team is very weak. It's just very weak. As you can see, I can deliver considerable damage on this spec. It's very strong, as well as it can sustain itself for a while, especially if you are doing your rotations properly. Stun this guy, okay? These guys. Could you kill him? Thanks. Gee. What the hell? Excuse me? Just kill the guy. Can't you kill someone? Anyone, please? Gee. Why the hell am I saying G? Alright, I don't expect I will be able to ninja anything here. I'm controlled, you know. Oh my god. For some reason my FPS are very low this time. I wonder why. This is of course not going well. I don't expect to win this game. Of course miracles happen, but come on. Having these two recruits will not allow us to. And their healer is doing considerably better. Shish. Feels like we're playing 5 against 16. Just look at this swarm. Okay, I need to sort out my FPS issue. For some reason it's lower than I want it to be. Wait. $5K by dispatch on circuits. Always good, always good. Damn it. Well, and so ends the first round. Anyway, how I usually go about playing this pack is when I engage, I try not to start with the spinning kick, because unlike any other spec in this spec, I can use spinning kick or spike outside of stealth. So I prefer to use to save my stunts for when I actually need to interrupt or immobilize a target, and I usually engage with either project or double strike. Perhaps engaging with a double strike would be better, because then you can immediately get the proc on project. Okay, I gotta fight, then I will talk about it. Oh, come on, this is just ridiculous crap. Where is everyone? You guys aware that what the hell with the FPS? I've never had this. Something is wrong, obviously. Obviously something is wrong. I will need to restart the game after this match. Well, actually, now that I think about it, we have two... What the hell am I doing? I lagged and pressed the button. Okay, since we have 2 stealth, there is do not see crap. I will stay in stealth for now, just in case I need to interrupt people if everyone's gone. Who's defending the urine? Let me focus target him. Oh crap, there's so many of you. Wait, what the hell? Is he a tank? Oh yeah, he is a tank. Did he respec? I suppose he's not dying anytime soon, unfortunately. What's going on here? Nobody's planting now. We'll try to stay closer to the middle. Closer to the middle in case I need to. Oh, there's lots of people here. Okay guys, you fight it out. I need to pick up the med pack for now, simply because... What the? Goddamn my mouse. This is absolutely not what I wanted to do. Oh crap, I'm about to die. Come on guys, survive. I know you can. Wait, something is shit, this is bad. Fucking hell, no! Alright, I think we still planted earlier, so we have our chance. Let me get out of here. We have a considerable enough chance, but damn it, I really need to change my mouse. I've got a mouse wheel broken and I've got important skills bound to it. Okay. We can play it out well, I'm pretty sure. Wait, what the hell? Don't do this on my watch. Not today, bros. Ah, shit, there's this guy and he's open. No! Whatever. We're fine for now. Woozy, well, who cares? How's the other side? No, don't leave it, don't leave it. There are people coming over. Can I get out of combat so I could finally hide? Wait. Shish, this FPS is killing me. Something's seriously wrong. Did you see that? He stunned me through the shroud. No, he's planting you. Yeah, at least the scoundrel was able to save the day. Thanks to him. Alright, now they cannot detonate it, so we are fine actually. Phew, well, what an intense game. And we actually managed, it was not half bad. Yeah, but their damage was considerably higher, of course, and their healer was doing just great. Ah, you left before I could MVP you. So anyway, for this spec, this is one of the great advantages of this spec. You can actually do a lot with the stealth. Due to the duration of resilience, you can interrupt for a little bit and then still be able to go into stealth. Due to the additional duration, you cannot be afraid of some dots or whatever been placed on you. You can still like attack twice due to the additional 2 seconds. Attack twice and then disappear. That's like a lot of good comes out of it. Shish. Anyway, gotta restart the game simply because it is ridiculously slow. So I will be right back. Meanwhile, some good music for you. Okay guys, I should be back right now. I remembered that I wasn't using the SWTOR Unleashed. Whoever is not using this tool yet should definitely give it a try. It really does improve the performance of the Old Republic. You can find it by doing a search for Star Wars SWTOR Unleashed on the forums. It will probably be the first result of the search. It's very popular right now and it really improves. It really does improve the performance. It starts to fly like yourself when you fell in love for the first time. Figuratively speaking, of course. Anyway, here I am with the SWTOR Tuesday number 5. Which is actually happening on Sunday, but nobody needs to know this. Whoops, I think I've given it away already. Damn it. Here I am. The topic for today is Kinetic Sunday, and I am exploring the hybrid tank spec DPS Shadow or Assassin, and the current spec of mine looks like this. It's 32.9. Previously I explained what is there for. The advantages, of course, of this spec is that you have great damage for a tank spec, and not even for a tank spec, you just have great damage, especially if you utilize the rotation and procs correctly. You have a great damage, you have additional survivability due to the tank stance, of course, which provides you with a periodic healing proc, which provides you additional armor. Unfortunately, it reduces your melee bonus damage by 5%, but then again, it's only melee bonus damage, so the only affected skills are your Shadow Strike, Spinning Strike, and Double Strike. Well, of course, Savior Strike too, but who uses that? And it doesn't reduce the damage overall, only the bonus damage. So when you look at it, the damage affected is really not a lot. So I've already played the first game. Sheesh, so many people around. It's a little bit slow, but let me queue for another game. In the previous game, I kind of, even though unintentionally, showed the stronger sides. Well, I guess it could be applied to any kind of shadow, but it is intensified on the tank spec, simply because you gain a lot of utility. You gain the ability to remove all roots on 4 speed. Resilience lasts additional 2 seconds, so you can stay visible under resilience for additional amount of time, and now instead of 4 seconds you have 6, basically meaning that you can attack 3 times and then go stealth and still safely escape. In comparison, you could only attack once if you did not have this perk in any other spec. So you could like AoE interrupt 2 times with your Force Breach and slow time, and then use, for example, Force Wave or Overload, and then escape. This is quite good. So probably tank spec Shadow is the best. Well, personally, I find it a better covered action character. Let me call it that. Yeah, covert action character than for example, Infiltration Shadow. Even though Infiltration tries to use stealth more than tank, obviously, but still, due to the utility you gain, it feels like tank spec Shadows are better at stealth work. Anyway, and obviously I thought, well, okay, if you want to go west, why not? Then I'm not going. I was about to talk on defense, but hey, I can go mid and fight there. Of course, since, well, no, I suppose I have to concentrate on the game if I'm to do anything meaningful right now, so I will shut up for a little bit and engage. Who was my healer, by the way? Coming here, bro. Oh, these guys are falling like apples, and as you can see, I prefer to engage with a double strike. I got my particle acceleration proc, so I'm using force potency and using my my project. Then I would use don't mind my current stacks. Then I would probably use slow time, attack again. Then I use up project again, and then I would use telekinetic throw. I've got infiltration tactics proc, so I use my shadow strike, and then it's basically rinse and repeat. Right now I got my infiltration tactics proc, so I use shadow strike, use slow time, use project again, well, if I can reach it, and use telekinetic throw. Oh my god, I almost died. What's happening west, by the way? A lot of people there. Crap. I'm about to die. Well, okay, at least I will be able to go west. They're camping, by the way. You should do something about it. Damn it, I guess not. Well, it's already a lot of people going west. What's happening in the middle? Well, obviously, such a hybrid shadow build would be great at defending as well, simply because you can actually fight an attacker one-on-one. If you were full tank gear, in addition to full tank spec, probably, well, obviously, if you were full tank, probably you would not be able to kill any decent attacker. Well, of course, it all depends on your skill and if the enemy attacker messes up or not, but most probably you will not be able to kill. Oh my god. For example, a Smasher or Infiltration Shadow would be a great problem for full tank Assassin or Shadow, but a hybrid build, not only it offers increased survivability, but just look at these 2k ticks, 4 ticks of 2k and you have 8k damage. And then you might, well, of course, in the best scenario, base case scenario, but you might have a 5k crit on Shadow Strike as well as 4k crit on Project. Damn it, where have you been hiding? Seriously. At least he's not seeing me, and that's good. Yeah, right now I gotta run back. Slow time can do like 2.5k hits per target in the best case scenario, but usually it's around 1.8 2k. Did you see that Sage pull me just now? Not sure what was that. Okay, this guy's going down. Do I have a proc? Yes, I do. 3 points. And now I can actually even escape and heal up a little bit, although I'm pretty visible here, I guess. This guy I need to... Let me use my telekinetic throw. Could I get some healing? I suppose not. These guys only heal themselves, fortunately. Okay, I will try and go for a one-on-one fight, even though I do not... Well, actually I have my defensive cooldown, so... Then by the time I get there, my force potency will get off cooldown as well, so I can go one-on-one. Okay, let's go and see how such spec performs in one-on-one battles. I wonder who is defending? Probably a stealther, right? Let's go and see. Actually, not even a stealther, so... Okay, I will engage with Project. The reason for that is that if I get a proc, I will have another Project ready then, and Project has a better damage than Double Strike. Where did you run away? You gotta be kidding me. What the hell? Seriously. Okay, that wasn't so good. Unfortunately, I did not get the crit when I needed to. Wait, has forced camouflage if he's already rolled off cooldown? Are you kidding me? Has barely been 40 seconds into the fight. Well, okay, why not? Come on guys, cap it. Now we can. Damn it, but then there is this... Wow, what a good... Holy shit. Do they ever stop coming? Just... I guess not. Okay, time to go middle and try to do something else. Perhaps ninja cap? There are 2 people incoming. Guys, you're fighting 4 against 1. You could cap it so easily. Like seriously, nobody's even trying to cap because they're all focused on killing that guy. What the hell? Okay, and right now there's nobody west, and it is quite quite not so good. Even that guy who was east with me came here, but why the hell? Oh yeah, now that I think about it, I didn't use my deflection. Why the hell? Of course the battle was going, I was so absorbed. God damn it, how could I forget to use my deflection? That was silly of me, to be honest. Bragging about going one-on-one and then forget to use a defensive cooldown. That's not so good, guys. I have to be honest. What the hell are you doing? Tell me, man. Not the best concussive charge you could have come up with. Alright. Look at this, 2.1k ticks. Easy. Snipers, huh? What the hell? Now he goes into all parry mode. No, guys, what the hell? Are you kidding me? I'm not about to lose like this. I'm trying to save you. If you could save yourself, that would also be awesome. I'm not sure why did I use the Kinetic throw. Simply because I didn't want... Oh yeah. My thought was I do not want to go too far from the point. Go back mid. God damn it. Mid. Just run. Don't stand there. Actually... Why can't I, what the hell? How are the guys in the middle doing? Guess they're doing fine, kind of. Whoops, that guy died after all. Pretty unfortunate, I should say. Okay, this is not good. Let me look around the battlefield for a second and then engage on this guy who's capping so shamelessly. Let me use my stuff. Suddenly I am lagging. And of course West has been capped. So much for leaving their 2 people. Stop lagging. Holy crap. Why are you losing West, if I might ask? Well, we are not losing West. Decap maybe, guys. Decap. I'm sounding like a whining girl. What in the world? Okay, now the idea is not to lose mid in the meantime. They're trying to cap it. They're trying to. This is not good, guys. This is not so good. Can I finally select him? Okay, have you seen this 5k dispatch? Speed and strike of. Oh wait, I'm not even buffed. What the hell? Just die. Die, I said. Come here, baby. Wait, there is one guy capping. Or who cares? Okay, West 2, but you're 2 as well. I think there was a healer even. What the hell? Stop this madness. They must be kidding. So many pushes and stuff. Oh, gra. Wait, don't cast your heal. Ah, proc is almost gone. Suddenly I ran out of force. It's never good. They don't like me or something. No. Alright, could you stop? Sheesh. Should not be able to see me from here. Let me recuperate for a little. No, wait. Shit, he's capping right behind your fucking back. He's capping. Try to interact. Guys, are you... Well, finally. Finally, you managed. Shish. Well, this somehow happened. I thought... Well, no, actually, I knew we could win. Yes. I'm gonna lie and say I knew. I don't know who is... well, this guy healed good. But their healer was still better. Buh. Am I not getting a single MVP for my awesome performance? Scraps. Anyway, with the games like this, it's kind of hard to explain anything about the spec, but I pretty much covered what am I going to, what do I do and how do I do it in this particular spec. So I suppose it is time to mix up things a little bit. Once again, I have Shadow, which is full DPS geared with mostly maxed power, with the exception for 2 mods, which I use to gain myself 80 critical rating. So 40 critical rating from both. Like these mods, simply because it's pretty good. Just wait, let me buff myself for the better numbers. It's pretty good. additional 3.5% crit for almost nothing. I feel like it is better than having 20 additional bonus damage, but of course it's personal preference. There is no wrong way. If you do not want crit at all, or maybe if you want a little bit more, it's fine. It is fine to go for additional crit. Why not? I have 320 for surge, which puts me at about 75-76%. I get 1% from the companion bonus, so I do not count him here. The reason it is not up to 80% is because I have quite a considerable amount of accuracy to hit on my shadow strikes and finisher moves, as well as double strikes. Simply because if you miss them often, you lose quite a considerable chunk of damage in this spec. Not even speaking about the fact that if you miss, you actually waste a lot of time, and in one-on-one combat it is not a good thing. If you miss your attack, healers can get back to full. Other DPS can get their upper hand on you, simply because if you miss your attacks, well, and if they don't miss, obviously they output better DPS. And in case with tanks, if you do not somehow counteract, if you do not lower down their defense list a little bit, you will be missing quite a lot. And obviously giving them time to, even though their damage is low, they will still be able to take you down if you miss your attacks. Okay, I've managed to complete my almost full, 5 comms short of. So right now I'm going to drop infiltration, and I'm going to spec balance. The way this is usually played. This is still not hybrid. This will still be full defense, but in case of spec I'm going to go for, it will not be so dependent on melee attacks. Obviously I will be eliminating Shadow Strike proc, so there will be no real reason to use it. Okay, let me respec. I do not have field respec on this character, right? Oh, I do. Okay, so I will be dropping the infiltration right now, and we'll be going for balance. What will I be gaining from balance is actually, well, actually, it will still have buffs to the melee attacks, like it will lower the cost of double strike, as well as every critical hit with the force will increase my critical hit on melee attacks, but it will not be so useful. The reason I feel it is the most popular version of this spec to mix up with the balance is, of course, for additional 2% damage reduction, which is general damage mitigation, and helps with guarding people, as well as additional buff on project. Now, this additional chunk doesn't really stuck with the particle acceleration proc, so it will only be the first chunk. How's it called? Additional chunk of debris. So it will be only the first chunk of debris with additional 50% of critical strike damage. The second one will still just deal damage based on the standard project numbers. Okay. Personally, I prefer kinetic combat and infiltration mix much more, simply because, well, yeah, balance does provide you additional damage on your project and a little bit of additional survivability, but infiltration provides you more utility, which you can use, well, seriously, for speed, can save your life so many more times than 2 additional % of damage reduction. as well as Force of Will can save your life, and then Mind Snap can save your life as well, if we're talking about some Sork shoving up his lightning, showing his lightning up your ass. Okay, and basically Infiltration Tactics, even though it relies on accuracy a lot, Shadow Strike or Maul rely on accuracy a lot, it provides better damage than random proc on Upheaval. That's just as simple as that. So I prefer Infiltration Kinetic Combat spec. Mix much more than Kinetic Combat and Balance or Darkness and Madness. Okay, let me spec. Wait, something. Oh yeah. Now I'm specking. Do I need lowered cost and project? Yeah, so obviously. Now impact control feels like somewhat of a weak perk, but actually it is not. Yes, we are not using shield, so shield absorption is useless, but when you activate Battle Readiness, you instantly heal yourself for 10% total health. It does not seem so much. It can be compared to like set bonus from Guardian or Juggernaut, where you restore 8% of your health on Intercede or Guardian Leap. But I cannot stress enough how goddamn important to have it, especially when you're going one-on-one. That additional 10% of healing, it really shines when paired together with Harnessed Shadows proc on 3 stacks, as well as your normal periodic healing procs from your technique or charge. I cannot stress enough how important it is to have this additional bit of healing ready when you need it. Okay, I've respect. We are going for Kinetic Balance right now, and I will play probably only one game. The general idea does not change. Of course, what changes is that we will stop using Maul or Shadow Strike, and we will be going for the force attacks only. Of course, it's a matter of preference. In this spec you can drop accuracy mostly. Well, not mostly, you can simply drop all accuracy if you intend to play this spec. And just go for Surge, all-out Surge. It will obviously increase the damage of all the critical strikes. Your project will hit even harder. Your AoE attacks will deal more damage, and your DPS will probably increase. But I feel it won't, simply because with the infiltration tactics you can actually make your Maul or Shadow Strike useful, and it still delivers devastating damage. I will also show additional hybrid, different hybrid builds later, so make sure to stay tuned. I will show different ways of how infiltration tactics and Shadow Strike can be really good with the tank spec, DPS hybrid Shadow or Assassin. God damage, there is so much. God damage? Did I just say god damage? God, you're damaging me. You're damaging my brain, because there is so much to talk about and it's so hard to find the critical, the main point, and revolve everything else around it. Anyway, the Q has popped, and it's Void Star, and I'm the most basically spec'd as hybrid tank. I don't know what the hell do I call it. Hybrid tank DPS. Hybrid DPS. You know. And from this sound effect I just heard, it seems like we are already losing. Well, actually, it's not so bad. Someone left, and it's only 2.5 minutes. Okay, should be salvageable. Alright, once again, in this spec we are not using our Shadow Strike, unlike in the games previously, but the overall idea for the gameplay remains the same. Protect the healers, do your stealth job, you still have the good survivability. Who's this? An Assassin. We got the proc, let's use it. Slow time. Actually, I got another proc, but I'm gonna use it on someone else, like this guy. These guys are weak. How could they even plant? Damn it. They are just dying in 2 hits. Do you see this devastating damage? It's just amazing. This class is considered to be overpowered. This simply because on this one reason, because you can spec tank, get DPS gear, have high survivability, and still deal a lot of damage. No other class can do the same. Guardians and Vanguards have no chance to deal this much burst. Damn it, and I'm lagging again. What the hell with the servers today? This is not me. It's not me who's lagging. Okay, let me wait out, especially since there is no action. I think imps are giving up on their idea of winning this game. They should be. Whoops, sorry. Actually, I said I'm not using Shadow Strike, but I still do. This is a matter of habit, I suppose, because I never actually play without Shadow Strike, so I just cannot get myself not to use it instantly. Okay, I suppose it will be a short game too. There's really nothing to showcase in this spec. You just gotta spam that project until Kinetic throw, and you will probably beat most of the people. Of course, you gotta do it smart, and not like, hey, catch my project, and then die. No, that's not how it should be. You have to get your proc, watch for the proc icon, or however else you think you notice it. Usually I go for my procs list, my buffs and debuffs bar. I notice the proc, I then use my project. Let me try, well, actually I don't want, or maybe I do, why not? Let's see if these guys are going to stun the guy. Ah, damn it. Anyway, actually we can engage with the slow time right now. Let us use slow time. Then use double strike. Unfortunately I did not get the proc. Let us use slow time again. What the hell is going on? I was like reading some people are writing in my sending me private messages, and I was reading, and then I realized that I was getting attacked and destroyed. Not the best time to read and reply, I know, but what to do? I don't like to leave people hanging. That's not my style. And there we go. Now I guess I will still play another one game. Or maybe I shouldn't. There really is nothing to show as opposed to the previous spec, with the exception that you eliminate Shadow Strike from your rotation. Well, whatever, let me MVP this guy. So yeah, the basic rotation of yours, you should engage with you have actually 3 options for engaging depending on the situation. If you see enemies clumped up, engage with slow time. You can also engage with slow time one-on-one, simply because it will of course not deal a lot of damage, but it will reduce the speed and attack damage by 5%. So if the enemy immediately reacts, his damage output will be lower than otherwise. Then you should definitely go for double strike, unless you went for the double strike in the beginning. Or you can go for project. But no matter what you choose, you should go for double strike, just for the chance of getting the proc on project. Then, if project procs, you use project, then you use slow time again, and obviously in 2 of the 3 cases you will have telekinetic throw, harness, shadow stacked, and then you use it and repeat. You can as well stick forest breach in there if enemies are clumping up, or if you're going against, for example, a sniper, to reduce accuracy. If you're using infiltration tactics and it procs, you can use Shadow Strike or Mole, but the basic core is like this. You engage with either slow time, or how's it called, wither, double strike, or project. Then you stack harness shadows, wrap it up with telekinetic throw or force lightning, and then repeat. Okay, once again I have DPS geared tank spec shadow, which I am showcasing today, showcasing the play. I went for a considerably high number of expertise to increase my survivability, as the role of such shadow is not only to deal damage, but also to off-tank and provide support to healers, or maybe weak DPS guys, like sages maybe, or operatives, if you have them and they cannot escape, to place your guard on them and provide some temporary damage buffer. God damn it, my FPS are really low. What's happening? I need to restart my computer, or okay. Now I want to showcase more hybrid spec, which is the most popular spec right now. No, but he actually plays well, very little amount of people actually play 31 or 32 in defense, most people go for a deeper hybrid with the balance or madness, and that is exactly what I'm going to showcase right now. Okay, the options here can be as follows. You can either go for the full tier 3 tree 3 tree. Alright, you can either go for a full tier like this. There are actually a lot of ways to build your character in here, like really a lot of ways. You can go for 24-17 and get yourself additional CC in the form of instant force lift. Obviously these can be quite good. You get additional critical damage on double strike, and this is actually quite amazing simply because you can easily deliver 3.5k double strikes. Now simply think about it. Your project crits for 3.5k on average, and then you are actually able to do the same with the double strikes while trying to get yourself a proc. This is quite amazing, at least what I think. But most importantly, in this scenario, instead of slow time, you get force imbalance. Force imbalance deals damage to 3 targets, and its damage is actually higher than that of a project. Using one force imbalance on 3 targets is like throwing 3 projects plus. Project plus, let's call it like that. Unfortunately, by default, it costs a lot of force. Like using one force imbalance will cost you 50 force, which is half of your bank. So basically, you need at least 1 point in mental potency to reduce its cost, at least by 25%. It is very important, otherwise you may find yourself out of force quite frequently when trying to use it, or you may find yourself not having enough force to use it at all when it rolls off cooldown. It is very important to have at least 1 point in mental potency. Then you may actually opt out of using containment and your instant whirlwind or force lift. You can of course spec yourself my beloved infiltration tactics for more damage, and these can be quite huge with the conjunction with force imbalance. Or you can instead go for harnessed shadows. The problem with this though is that you do not have slow time anymore, so you will have to rely on project only to stack these harnessed shadows. So it will take a considerably longer time for you to get these 3 stacks. Still, if it is something you feel like doing, then feel free, it's not a bad choice. Although personally I still feel that having infiltration tactics, even though you sacrifice additional sustain, that infiltration tactics is better in a lot of ways, at least for me. It does not take a lot of time to stack. You can go for a maximum adjudication, even though you can still go for maximum adjudication, but well, there we go. So this is the spec I'm gonna be playing. I've showcased you the different options you can choose. Just think on what you wanna do and change your rotation of skills according to what you pick. I myself am going for 24-3-14. I go for a maximum adjudication because I want to output as much damage as possible. There we go. Obviously, as opposed to as opposed to the full defense. I lose damage boost on spinning kick and force stun. Like with the proper team play, having 9% increased damage on on spinning kick and force stun is quite a lot, especially for example if you engage on someone with the spinning kick or force stun and immediately a Sork force imbalances them and the smasher goes in. This is a huge damage increase, and it is a huge tool when you're trying to nuke healers. Then of course I'm losing hardness, shadows, and additional damage boost on telekinetic throw. In this spec I will probably not be using telekinetic throw or force lightning that often, simply because it's really not so powerful without this perk. No additional sustain, no additional damage, it's really not so strong. I lose additional damage on Wither or slow time, or on discharge or force breach. Well, and obviously I lose slow time and Wither itself, but I gain a more powerful force imbalance. It is considerably more powerful than slow time, and what's important, it's 30-meter long. Like, it will be a great tool for interrupting doors, interrupting caps, well, it's 30 meters, and actually it's even longer than 30 meters, simply because it's a circle. You can cast the center of that circle 30 meters away, but due to the fact it is a circle and it extends 8 meters from its center in every direction, the actual range of force imbalance is 38 meters. The proper usage of force imbalance allows shadows to interrupt and stay outside of the attacker's range. This is quite important to master, I might say. Of course I gain upheaval for additional damage on project, and then I go for infiltration tactics to more effectively use my mole or shadow strike. And that is probably well, of course, everything I'm saying is my personal opinion, but I feel this is the most effective hybrid tank spec there is. Okay, I did spec myself right. Let me go ahead and queue for the game. How much FPS do I have? Holy crap, only 25. As usual, I get carried away when I start talking about specs and stuff. Hopefully nobody is annoyed by that. And if you are, well, sorry, nothing I can do about it. Alright, no pop so far, but anyway. In this case, in the case of this spec, I will most probably be engaging with force imbalance, and unless you are doing something sneaky or on the defense or going all out combat, force imbalance should always be on cooldown. You should be spamming it like there is no tomorrow. Okay, let me get into the game. Alright, I have a hot ball. Maybe I should... Well, no, I'm not going to respec. In hot ball, force imbalance is useful. of course, as well, simply because you can stay up the ledges while actually dealing some damage to the people who are fighting below. I think I'll get my chance to showcase this, and if I don't, well, then it will be an easy game. Well, but judging from the fact we have 3 goddamn recruits, well, I hold nothing against recruits when they are not in my game, but since we have 3, or well, I will definitely get my chance to showcase force and balance. Most probably, we will be rolled over. I have a bad feeling about this game. But anyway, of course, Hotball and tank spec shadows or assassins are simply one of the most awesome classes to play. You get force pool, you get 3 stuns at least, you have your force wave or overload, maybe you spec instant force lift or whirlwind. All this is so much goddamn utility. You can troll in the hotball so much. This is so insanely fun. If you are not yet playing a shadow, you definitely should give it a try. Going for the hotballs, solely for the hotballs, is already like a lot of fun. Okay, let me use my force speed to cover some ground and try to get in the middle as soon as possible. Fire trap is about to go off, so I am allowed free passage. They do not have a sentinel or marauder, it seems. Their juggers. Whoa. Frog dogs grab the ball. Let me go on ahead for some stealth action. I could have used my force speed and jumped over the fire trap, but well, I did not do that. Holy shit, you do not see me and you're walking over the trap. Are you crazy, man? I just gotta ask him. You guy gotta burn. You see, first guy trolled in this game. Well, actually, it might not be so bad, I guess. As soon as this guy gets out of the spawn, he goes back. Sorry. I didn't mean to. Well, of course, in a hotball, shadows must play completely different from how they usually do. It's more of a positional and utility play than anything else. You gotta save up your force pool. Damn it, he died in an inconvenient place, that's for sure. You gotta save up your force pool, you gotta save up your force kick and use your crowd controlling abilities wisely. Should I pull him right now? Oh well, there is a guy who pulled him. Oh, come on, I'm getting mutilated in here. Do we have a healer? Well, I suppose we do not. So what's going on? What's going on there? Someone's making their way to our line. Hopefully these 2 guys do not intend to give him a leap. Well, even if they don't, other guys do. Crap. Ooh, ball handler is down, why not? What? Nah, who cares? These guys. Whoops. Crap, I'm about to die, and I didn't want to. Do I have force stun? Yeah, I do, actually. That's good. Could you die? Yeah, there you go. This kind of hybrid spec is able to output a huge amount of damage, much even bigger than the normal full tank spec in DPS gear. Because obviously force and balance, well, maybe it doesn't provide better DPS than slow time, simply because it has more limited exposure to the amount of enemies it damages, as well as it has a longer cooldown, but it has a better burst, and that's what is important. In case of target damage, it is capable of putting up your opponents, putting down your opponents much faster. Could you get lost? Oh, holy crap. You gotta be kidding me. At least go a little bit ahead of me so I could pass to you. Why the freaking hell would you stack on the guy who's attacking a ball carrier? This makes absolutely no sense. What are you doing? He's gonna leap on you, man. He's gonna... Oh no, he's silly. Whatever. Whoops, missed. Whatever, this guy's got his shield up. Get lost. Okay, he's reset. Let me go into the middle. There is a guy who's gonna jump on me. Well, don't do this, buddy. Don't do this. Hell. Wait, why? Okay. Let me try to hide and heal up. This guy should reset if he cannot carry it. Whoa, what a flight. This guy covered some ground, that's for sure. Come on. I kind of realized I think I passed someone who didn't know how to pass himself. Well, it's your time to burn now. What the hell, he didn't actually. When it comes to elemental damage, and traps do elemental damage if you didn't know. When it comes to elemental damage, vanguards and power attacks really excel at surviving it. We're having some hard time. One thing to say in case of reckless or force potency is that it consumes a charge every time one of your skills crit. Be it healing if you are Sage or Sork, be it any attack skill. It will consume a charge every time it crits. So, for example, if you use where the hell is this guy? Whoops. They will be on me now. So, for example, if you have 3 charges of force potency and you use force and balance on 3 targets, and all 3 of the hits crit, you will consume all 3 charges, obviously. But if before that you, for example, use a single hit project, which crits once without upheaval, and you use still Kinetic throw after this and get left with only 1 charge, you can then use force and balance, and all of the hits will have increased critical chance rate as it would with the 3 charges. But obviously you will still consume only one stack of, well, because you will have only 1 stack left. But all of the hits will crit at an increased rate. So that's an interesting trick to remember. Same of course works with forest breach and slow time. Like if you use slow time, it hits five targets, but you have only 3 stacks of force potency. Oh crap! This guy's gonna leap. Oh, come on, what the... Oh, good job, good job, good job. But I don't see you. I wish I could protect it. Okay, he reset. Damn, these guys, even they're not best of the best, they're still putting their pressure on me. And also, if some of you might have noticed, of course I'm a little bit underperforming, but it's very hard to play and say something meaningful at the same time. So for the next game I will try playing instead of talking, to actually show a much better game, because really it's really hard, damn it, to talk and play. Rotworm ball handler is down. I need to hide somewhere. I did not get any chance for a good pool. I should really start hiding around. I keep using defensive pools, but that's about all I can do. Please land here so I could pull you. Oh yes. Oh. Then I got spotted by someone else. That's so not cool. Okay, 2 minutes. We should try not to F up. I do not want to swear. I'm just so dang good. Oh, why can't I select you? I wasn't looking at this guy, unfortunately. We pulled the ball handler apart. Crap, I didn't have... Yeah, I didn't. Do I have any freaking skills or what? Come on. Why is everything on cooldown? This guy, he has like... Damn you, why did you have to kick him away? This power attack is getting annoying. And I'm lagging again. Something's really wrong with the servers today. A lot of these stutter lags going on. Ah, come on, I wanna move. Well, I suppose they're not getting to score. Okay, next game I have to try and play properly. But they get these lags and my brain doesn't want to multitask. Well, use it. I pressed from forest breach, but still I failed to use it at all. Okay, we managed to win this game. Unfortunately, I didn't do as much damage as I wanted to. Like, just look at this guy, 500k. I could easily hit 400. But oh well. Yeah, next game is gonna be happening in the complete silence, guys, because I really want to try and put out at least half decent gameplay. This is not so good for me, these games, even though I did win all of them. The team did win all of them. I personally am unhappy with my performance, and I blame the fact that I have to share brain power between playing and talking. Doesn't work so good. But I hope you could. Well, no, you couldn't see any shit about this pack from this hotball game. I couldn't see anything myself. How could you? Anyway, you gotta remember, if you play this spec, you gotta remember the thing about force and balance, that it is a great tool to fight, to open up on the enemies from afar. It is also a great tool to interrupt caps. So if you intend to go on defensive, if you think that quite soon you will have to interrupt caps, you should save force and balance. But if you're fighting an all-out battle, hugging the point, the force and balance should be used by cooldown, and of course preferably on a fully stacked group. And by fully stacked group I mean on the 3 targets. So you should always try to target like well, like, there you go, 3 people hit. 3 people hit. 3 people hit. You shouldn't try to target individual players unless the situation calls for that. So it would do more good. Well, for example, let's imagine this guy is dying, like he has 1000 HP, and then there are 3 guys over here who do not have 1000 HP. So basically, if you use your force and balance on this guy, he will die. But most probably it will do more good to use force and balance on stacked guys than after run up to this guy and finish him off by different means. For example, by using your spinning strike, or by using project, or even by using force potency and finishing him off with telekinetic throw or force lightning. Of course, it differs by situation. For example, if it's an enemy healer and he has 1000 HP left, it would be better to finish him off as quickly as possible. So you would be better using force and balance on him than as a group of people who are not low. But everything is subjective. You should learn to feel what would be better for your team, or to read from the battlefield, if I could say so. Okay, this time I will try to talk less and play more, even though my FPS is horrible right now. Are you kidding me? Well, it shows 80, but I don't know. Anyway, this is Kinetic Sunday, where I'm talking about hybrid DPS shadow, hybrid tank DPS. Damn it, I still do not know how to call it. How do you call a shadow like this? Hybrid DPS tank spec shadow. God damn it, what a 10 floor high name. And this is the shadow I got. Currently I'm exploring a hybrid spec between kinetic combat or darkness and balance or madness. Okay, we've got madness assassin. Okay, I'm going right, and I'm shutting up just watch what I'm doing. Hopefully it will not be a complete bullshit. Oh, holy shit, how the hell? How the hell is he there already? But this is where probably force imbalance will... or not. This guy, how the hell did he get there so fast? This is weird. Is he gonna keep standing? Okay, he's not gonna keep standing here. And that is good, simply because, wait, there's someone coming in. Let him leave first, and then I will try to cap this. And if it doesn't work... Oh, there is a guy. Okay, no problem. It's not going so good, it seems. Why the hell? I pressed different button. Ah, my mouse, it's so awesome. It's simply awesome. Crap. Okay, this is pointless. I will try the other side. Oh, really now? He's actually going back, and the sniper is going back. Well, I guess this game is not gonna be so good. How far is he gonna go? Whoops. I did it wrong though, but well, whatever. Could you stop lagging? What the hell? This is just a stutter step for me. I'm not sure. I'm just not seeing what's going on. Simply is lagging. That's what's going on. This is silly. Just when I started fighting that assassin, it started lagging. I don't understand this. And I'm unhappy about that, of course. Close this, maybe some stuff I have open. Let me shut down some things. Oh, holy shit, of course. Wait a second. Alright, now I should get some better performance. Okay guys, we can still do it. We can still do it. Come on, distract this guy. Don't rush, Sage. You gotta be silly. What the hell are you doing? This Sage is not gonna last long, I bet. Because he is silly. Ah, really now? This guy is a tank. What the hell? don't you? What the hell are you doing, silly little assassin? Okay, everyone's come over here, so it's about time but yeah, it would be cool if we had a... Could I get out of combat? How long is Creeping Affliction? Affliction's gonna last. Okay, there is one guy, Maxines, as well as probably an assassin, right? There's gotta be an assassin here. Yeah, there we go. He's spamming his freaking he's spamming mole. When you use more than one mole, it's a sign that you are not so good with assassins. You should use it only when you have a proc. Otherwise you're just hurting your mana bank or force bank. Yeah, it would go so much better if these guys could put any pressure anywhere, but unfortunately they're too weak for this, so... Against this many healers, it's not gonna work. Fortunately, but... yeah. They're even watching the turrets, they have so much stealth. They had 2 assassins left and they have 1 assassin right. And when the team spreads out like this, obviously it's not gonna happen. Even though it's unfortunate, but oh well. Gonna have to try harder in the next game. What is he talking about? Well, this sage, no wonder. Well, yeah, obviously. Okay, not a very good game, on unfortunately for me, but I'm pretty sure these Imperials are dancing in happiness. Shields down. Oh yeah, my shields are down for you, baby. Whatever, at least this healer tried something. So why not? Okay, now I just have to go for one good game, one more. But in general, let me sum it up. Obviously, the spec itself highly excels with high bonus damage, high force bonus damage, or any bonus damage. That's basically what you need to do, is to stack power for it. But due to the fact that you might probably want to not just play damage, but as well provide support and guard your healers, you would want to go for additional survivability. Thus, having high expertise is a pretty good idea. You might also want to choose to build yourself for as much HP as possible, thus choosing mods and enhancements with the highest endurance rating, which is what is it? Let me check. I always forget how much endurance on those War Hero. Yeah, plus 41 endurance, or 42 if it's Elite War Hero, 42 endurance mods, and 45 or 46 endurance enhancements. Obviously your damage will be lower, but your survivability will go higher, and it will obviously improve skills such as battle readiness. It will improve healing received from harnessed shadows fully stacked. Well, and that's about it. And of course you'll get more benefit from increased endurance and mental fortitude. This all is, of course, it is very good. So if you want to be more of a protector than DPS, then you could do this, but of course you will still have a pretty high damage. You will be able to peel attackers of healers pretty effectively, especially if you mix it up with the proper usage of crowd controls. Okay, another game pop, let's go for it. And it's hardball again. Well, I'm gonna troll some people right now. Unless, of course, I'm getting 5 recruits, then it will not be so cool. Well, no, the team seems to be not so bad. But of course the amount of HP can be deceptive at times. Gotta check it all thoroughly. Well, somebody's already leaving. Let me check how's my guild doing. Only 4 people. Ow. No, okay. So hot ball, hybrid shadow in the house. Shish. Refresh. And I'm gonna go for some force pull in action. And I've ran out of steam. Let me re-steam myself. Has it already been 2 hours? Oh, really? I gotta wrap it up. This is taking too long. Nobody's gonna sit through the 2 hours of me try harding on my shadow. But I think I've made a couple of good points. And hopefully I made it more clear on how to play shadow for some people. Wait, how the hell didn't I kick you? What's going on anyway? Here I am. Pass to me. Of course. You have a tunnel vision. That's not cool. Guys, try to be aware. Always check the most probable points. Let me guard this guy. Oh, I do not have. You can jump over the fire pits with a force speed like this. How did the hell you weren't injured? Hate you. Well, anyway, die. Holy shit, he didn't. Okay. Burn, baby. That guy actually burned. No? Yes? He's crazy. Are they scoring today, or could you move? They managed. That's good. But damn, was that a good pull on that assassin who was trying to run away? Personally, I think it was. And that's how you do it with a shadow. Unless, of course, you are a full tank and your primary job is guarding healers. You go for stealthy action. Pass it up. Oh. I knew I shouldn't have done this. I knew it. Simply knew it. So silly. Holy sh! Listen, you. Whatever, you killed him, that's okay. Pass. I was about to flame that guy, I'll be honest. I'm pretty sure though that my flaming doesn't sound menacing whatsoever. If anything, it sounds adorable. Okay, this is not much of a troll game because everyone is leaving. Then again, I gotta be careful because someone who is decent enough to win this game might join. Let me score this one. Damn it. I have a dot on me, so I gotta run fast. Faster than the blaster shots. Faster than blaster. Sounds silly. Can I get out of combat? Hopefully. Hopefully I can. Yes, and I did, but I was running and I was too lazy to stop. Can you actually be too lazy to stop while running? This guy, he's trying to carry this crap once again. Let's wait for it. You. I'm gonna find and kill you. Maybe. Defeated by fire trap burn. 4,232 damage. That guardian was taking less per tick. He was taking only 3,935 damage. Ah, this guy. Could you? Holy. I use my force imbalance and then the same moment I get stunned. And of course, since Throw the Ball shares the global cooldown with all the other skills, I was not able to pass it. Talk about unlucky. Now the guy who went ahead now probably thinks I'm a noob, but I'm not. I'm just unlucky with the actions. Whatever. But I've wasted all of my defensive cooldowns. You think you should be doing this? Well, alright. Why not? They all have come for me. No. I cannot move. That's not even a lie, I really could not. Suddenly we cannot break these guys anymore. Okay, you could leap on me? What? Well, that was odd. Whoa. Sometimes it's simply impossible to reset the ball. Of course, it's not the case when the teams are good and they know how to support. But in this situation, in the pogs like this one, it is not possible. I'm just trying to justify myself, my noobness. Whoa, this guy needs help. I want to stay and protect him. Although I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to protect him for long. Yeah, and now I'm in a huge deep ass, if I can speak bluntly. If I can speak straight. I got caught in a goddamn huge ass. And it didn't smell good, that's for sure. What am I trying to do? Yeah, I'm trying to find who. Anyway, I guess this is all too random and this video is becoming way too long, so after this game I'm just gonna sum it up summed up everything I was talking about for the last friggin' 2 hours. I salute you guys, whoever managed to stay through this stream, as well as probably through this YouTube video. Let me kill this sniper because he's dealing insane damage. Terrible, terrible damage. Who got the ball? This guy. Whoa. Okay. That was a nifty little trick. Oh, it's still not 6. For some reason I thought the game's gonna end. Oh well. So yeah, after this match, I'm gonna sum it up. Again, talk about the different specs you could go for, in case you missed something, as well as the tricks you could use or learn to use to be a better Shadow or a better Assassin. Okay, let us wrap this game quicker. Can I do this in 45 seconds? I do not see anyone comment this side, but well, I guess I did it in 15 seconds. Whatever, these guys weren't so good. Do you have a healer? Yeah, there you go. Honor and recovery is theirs. So anyway guys, this is Kinetic Sunday. I always come up with these silly names. And all this time I've been talking and exploring a hybrid DPS Shadow in tank spec. This is considered to be one of the most overpowered builds in the game, so if you learn to play it well, if you learn to act by the situation as the situation calls, you could be quite undefeatable. So once again, this is the stats I have. This spec highly relies on attack damage you get, on bonus damage. Thus, if you stack power, you will not go wrong. Then again, any variation of this spec has AoE damage in one form or another. Thus, having a little bit of a crit might be beneficial to increase the overall DPS your AoE skills do, as well as higher crit chance would help you out if you decide to go for the Shadow Strike or Maul. But in case if you decide to go for Shadow Strike or Maul, it is quite imperative that you increase your accuracy, because, well, you will, if you do not go for accuracy, you will notice it yourself that you are missing quite a lot, and missed shots are quite lethal for a Shadow, simply because you're a melee attacker, and every missed hit of yours is a huge benefit to the enemy. So therefore, your primary idea, if you intend to go for the maximum damage, should be stacking power. Otherwise, if you just want some additional damage while you will be playing role of an off-tank, these could be very viable for ranked war zones if you do not go full tank. But if you want to deal damage at the same time you'll be protecting your healers, you should be going for the maximum endurance mods and enhancements. Okay, as well as you could use a PvE 63 hilt, because it provides the biggest boost in stats. As you can see, the for some reason stats on the PvP hilts are cut They're not even 39. So if you are going for some PvE stuff, you should go for the hilt, definitely. Okay, so that's pretty much covered. Now for the specs, there are a lot of different variations. This one is, well, in my opinion, it is the most interesting to play. You get to use your Shadow Strike with the proc. You get 50% damage increase on your double strike, which you will be using quite a lot for to get the proc on your project, to get particle acceleration. You get a little bit reduced cost in your force and balance, which quite important. Of course, you get upheaval for the additional chance of additional project. And then you have like your standard tools like force pool, additional force regen. You get additional armor. By the way, one interesting fact is that they want to remove this additional 20% of armor in the expansion. Instead, it seems they want to increase flat damage reduction on shadows and improve their healing. I don't know how this is gonna work, but that's an interesting thing, because right now, when the first armor cut came, shadows complained a lot. Now they want to cut it even more, so I don't know how it will play out. It will affect PvE a lot, because armor is a huge factor in PvE. Well, it's a huge factor everywhere, but it is a bigger factor for PvE than in PvP. So, well, this is the most interesting of the hybrid specs in my opinion. Of course, it is more damage aimed. You can have a lot of different variations. If you want more control, wait, let me spec this. If you want more control, you can always drop additional double strike critical damage, and you can go for pinion resolve to reduce the cooldown on your force stun, as well as containment for the instant force lift or whirlwind. This adds quite a lot of control, and could be very good if you are playing the role of protector and guarding your healers, if you're playing as an off tank in this spec. Alternatively, you can go well, I don't know, I suppose when it comes to this kind of hybrid with the balance, this is it. Yeah, of course, what am I talking about? Alternatively, you can go for harnessed shadows to stack this telekinetic throw. You still need to reduce the cost of force imbalance. Let's spec it like this, for example. The only thing in this case you have to remember is that the stacking of harnessed shadows is pretty slow, because you will be doing it with the project only. But well, you do not need to stack your accuracy, to up your accuracy a little bit, so you can go all out on surge. So it just depends on your personal preference. If you want to play with only with the force attacks, then why not? You can go for this. You can even skip out on adjudication. And for example, well, I don't know. Like you can up nerf Raken. Like I said, by itself it may not be such a huge perk, but when you're playing in a highly cooperative team, this can be the deciding perk. If you engage on a healer, basically you can get your whole team 10% damage boost on that particular healer, and this is huge. I cannot stress enough how important this perk might be, but if you're pugging around or if you're playing the role of a defender, you would of course better go for some additional stuff like this. But if you decide to play as a... Well, what's beautiful about this spec is that it's very versatile. It can fill a lot of roles. It can be a good DPS, it can be an off tank, it can even be a primary tank, even in DPS gear, given your healers are very good. For example, if you have a highly skilled commando healer, he will not let you die. Even with the DPS gear, even if you are highly focused, he will not let you die. Unlike popular belief, good commando healers excel at this, well, I don't know how to call it, they excel at this particular kind of healing where other healers just cannot do. They up survivability of the particular members quite a lot, and the way they heal, they quite easily can keep alive the kind of a hybrid tank in DPS gear like shadows or for example focus or rage guardians or juggernauts who are playing in Soresu or Vanguard hybrids. They can easily keep alive these kinds of classes. Woo. I don't know if you understood anything of whatever I just said, but well, just rewind back and listen to it again. I've gotten the 90% elite war hero on this shadow. I'm just missing relics and a couple of enhancements. Okay, so other specs can include did I? Yeah, what the hell? Other specs would be going for the full kinetic combat or darkness 3. Remember, we are not using shield in this spec because without the tanking gear, without the buffing shield chance and absorption rating, it is not viable whatsoever, as opposed to focus and additional 200 power it provides you. You don't really want to be using shield as a shadow off tank. It makes no sense. It really doesn't provide a lot of survivability. So there, I wanted to reduce that, and I picked something I didn't want to pick. Oh yeah, why the hell did I pick this? Okay. Other specs you could go is this, if you prefer to be like staying all fours. This is a very good spec. It provides additional utility for the team in form of slow time or wither, reducing all affected targets damage by 5%. This is also great in synergy with Vanguard. Oh, it's a track, whatever. It provides a great synergy with the Vanguards or power techs who decide to pick the tier 1 skill from their shield, the shield tree. which two reduces damage by 5%. This is a great synergy. You can literally keep the whole enemy team at minus 10% damage all the time, while at the same time they don't necessarily even have to like drop their DPS 3. For example, Vanguard can easily just, well, I do not sacrifice one perk and go for this skill in their shield tree, and you can go for slow time in DPS gear, and you will not sacrifice any damage, but at the same time you will gain a huge utility in form of 10% damage reduction on the enemy team, which is quite a lot. Okay, anyway, you can go for this spec, which is a full kinetic combat or darkness tree, hybridized with the balance for additional survivability from Jedi resistance or whatever it's called on the Sith side, and upheaval, of course, for additional damage from project, and of course reduced cost on project and double strike is always nice, but obviously you shouldn't be using double strike a lot in such a spec, only to get the proc from on particle acceleration. Okay, but personally, if I'm to go full kinetic combat or darkness, I would go for this kind of spec, simply because it provides a lot of utility, which is always useful, of course, and it allows me to use my Shadow Strike, which I personally feel is bigger damage than upheaval. Well, and on this note, I think I've said it all. As for the set bonuses, yes, the last one. You should choose between a Stalker PvP set bonus, which allows you for a lower cooldown on Force Potency or Recklessness, as well as one additional stack. Or if you're playing the role of Protector and have gone for maybe more HP build, you should go for the Survivor PvP set, which reduces the cooldown on Spinning Kick or Spike by 10 seconds, which is actually quite a lot. It reduces it by 33%, which is huge. You will get to use Spinning Kick more often, meaning you will get nerf racking more often, and if your team knows how to play, it's huge. It's really huge. And then, more importantly, if you're playing a role of Protector with the Survivor gear, you get, of course, 5% damage increase from guarding someone, and if that person stays in 15-meter range, you get that 5% damage boost, which can be quite nice, especially if you're playing with the DPS gear and maxed out on power. It can be a lot. The problem, of course, if you're playing a Protector with the power maxed out instead of endurance, is that you will be quite much easier to kill. But it's up to you, and it really depends on your particular skills, because every combination I've talked about in this video, in this broadcast, can be played out to huge success. It all depends on how you utilize the tools given to you, so find something that you think works for you and practice it to perfection if you're going for this, because like I said before, this hybrid Shadow or Assassin DPS and tank spec is considered probably the most overpowered build to date. It can excel at anything, at controlling, at surviving, at dealing damage, at surgical strikes, at all-out combat, name it, and you can probably do it with a Shadow or an Assassin. So, on this note, guys, I will probably be bailing out for today. I've got a lot of content planned for the following few days as well. I will be commentating on the new ranked games. I still have the second half of leaked changes to talk about. If you haven't seen the first one, you should head to the YouTube or to my site. It's all up, and it should be pretty interesting. It's something that you should be preparing for, because it has been confirmed that all of the changes that were leaked are actually true and are actually in the current PTS patch. Well, of course, they will probably be still reworked, but the whole idea is there. There are quite a few changes coming to PvP, and I think they are in general great ones. So if you should go and watch that video I made, and I will be making the second part of it quite soon. Then I should finally get around to making the third episode, and a quite important one, of the Star Wars The Old Republic's Guide to PvP for all of you newbies and not so much. Hopefully it will help some people to get better at PvP. In that episode I will be talking about setting up interface properly, and what's more important, I will be talking about awareness in game. It's a huge topic, and I don't know if I will be able to put it all in one video, but well, I don't know, probably I will see when I actually start doing it. So I guess that will be all for today. Thank you guys who managed to sit through all this, because seriously I'm tired as hell right now, because talking so much is really not something I am natural at. So yeah. Oh, holy crap, I've almost forgot. The most important news is that the dailypvp.com is finally up. And, well, I like it. It was created with my own two hands, nobody helped me. I utilized my knowledge of stuff and put up a pretty damn good site. It's a little bit empty right now, but of course all the content, all the new content will be posted there, so I expect you guys to go and populate it. Give me feedback and stuff, and I will take it all into consideration and will improve usability, add new features perhaps. Well, I'm hoping to create a community that will help people to get better at the SWTOR and perhaps some other games. Not doing this for myself whatsoever, I just want this community to grow, because SWTOR's PvP is a great game and I really enjoy it to the fullest, but I also enjoy other games, and I enjoy playing competitively. Well, okay, I'm not feeling like saying anything else, and I'm not boring you anymore. Thus, I'm bailing for today. Thanks guys for watching. It's always a real pleasure to do this for you. Mwah, hugs and kisses. Peace.